Hello everyone and welcome back to the Utah Belt. Welcome back to the Provo River Subdivision. It's been a minute, and I apologize about that. It has been so long since we've been back here, and I kept making promises and promises like, hey, we're gonna come back. We're gonna go do Utah Belt. I'm gonna have it done before the end of 2025. Well, you know, that is still the plan. I do want Utah Belt done before the end of this year. I'm not going to put any time stamps on me. I'm not going to put any time constraints on me because I keep doing that, and you guys see what happens when I do that to myself. So I went on to a rant. I went on a little rant last night, and I'm going to basically tell you guys the same exact thing because I don't want to hide anything, and I'm not going to hide anything, but I'm going to basically let you all know of why it has taken so long just to get to this video. So, needless to say, the Utah Belt the Utah Belt route in my mind, I need it to set the example, and the example for me to being one of the best. I want it to be one of the best freeware routes that you could possibly get. Now, obviously, you got to be patient for freeware stuff, unless you're members and, you know, you get to test stuff out, which I'm going to be handing out some betas and stuff as soon as I get the time, as soon as I get everything ready for that. But I want to get everything all set up, that way we can do it. By the way, the reason it's taking so long because I kept feeling like I couldn't make a good enough route for you guys, and I have just been in this little slump of like, I suck, you know? But either way, it's alright. I talked myself through it. We're back, and we're pressing on, and I actually really love what we've done here. So, what are we doing exactly? We are actually just a little bit up the basically the Soldier Summit curve, as I like to call it. Hayside Siding? Yeah, Hayside Siding is the name of that third track right there. And basically, you are going up a 1.25 to 1.50 to 1.75% grade. So the curve helps in getting you started, and then you're basically climbing all the way up to the plateau. We're creating the top of this hill. The train has been climbing now. If you started back at that yard, you have been climbing since you left that yard. This is the very top. This is Summit, Utah, as I have basically called it now. It's the summit of our pass, of the Provo River Pass. And so, we're going to be detailing that here, and I wanted to bring you guys through the whole thing. You guys are seeing the topography. You guys are seeing me laying the baseboards, laying the track, laying the ballast underneath the track, laying the highway, getting things set up for the highway. This was basically a 1 hour and 45 minute video of building. Raw? Yeah, it was about 1 hour and 45 minutes raw before I, slimmed it down for speed build purposes. But as you can see, what I'm trying to do here is create that plateau, create that idea that you're on top of a mountain and you're about to start sliding down into the canyon valley below. And so that is the whole idea, and I really love how this all turns out. So stick around towards the end to see how this all turned out, or if you've already seen pictures in the Discord, then you're probably already ruined. But either way, this has honestly been one of my favorite little builds to do, and again, I want it to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but I want it to be perfect in my mind. You know what I mean? I want it to be better than the Riverton. I want it to be better than anything Conway ever thought about. I want this to have people talking. And I think it's done its job so far. People, this route has gotten people interested again into the Utah Belt. Even more so, it got to the point to where Adamovic for RR Mods created the Utah Belt Gevos because he already had Utah Belt AC44s, right? And so yeah. Speaking of whom, there's gonna be a little thing in this video, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we're basically doing the trackage. You're reaching the top, and now you're on the opposite side. You're going to be going back downhill and into a desert, per se, as you get closer and closer to the plains, or the desert plains of Colorado. So this is this is getting very interesting. Now watch, I'm going to split something up here. Speaking of Colorado, I have an idea for this. So, both tracks are used mains, main 1 and main 2. The only difference is, one of the mains, which the highway is going to be going right next to, is the original main. It is a much steeper grade going back down, while the other main, main 2, is an easier grade for Trainz, but it takes longer to get to the bottom of the grade. And they're both going to traverse this hillside, as they're basically both going downhill and into the desert. Basically going right back down into another canyon for a little bit, and then everything kind of levels out. But it doesn't really level out. What my idea is for it is that you're going to be leveling out, quote unquote, into the deserts of eastern Utah. Which I think the deserts are more western Utah, but I digress. You're going into a desert, okay? That I wanted some desert railroading with this. And then once we make it to the main city, right after the desert, that's where we're going to have a power station. That's where we're going to have some, what's it called? Industrial parks. I'm going to delete the power station that is currently sitting on the route, because I want to remove that, build some more homes and stuff, and add that in as part of the city. And then I want to bring the route a little bit more western, add in a few more coal mines and stuff. That way you'd have to take trains across the entire pass to that power plant, and vice versa, right? I'm still going to keep the Y down there at the yard, though. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up for it completely yet. Things are still the gears are still turning, as they say. But I've been taking a lot of pictures, a lot of Google references off of Google Maps for just the Soldier Summit. There's going to be a lot of inspiration on the Utah Belt that is from the Soldier Summit. If you all couldn't tell by the big freaking 3-track curve that is there. But I hope, real quick, I know this video is coming out 2 days after Memorial Day, so I hope every one of y'all had a great Memorial Day weekend. Also, real quick, you see this palette that we got? These trees, this greenery? I want to quickly give a shout out to Rio from Wigwag Simulations, because Rio's from Colorado, and he helped me basically get the palette for that, and I really love how it turns out. Now I need to go back through the rest of the route and give it that same look, that same palette, because it looks and it feels so good. It looks like you're in the canyons of Utah. You got the pines, you got some of the shrubs, the dried up shrubs, you got everything. It's just mwah. And of course, yeah, I had to do some road stuff, right? You got, it's trains, but I think some people spend more time on roads than they do the trains themselves. That might have been a call out. So I'm sorry if I did call you out, but there's been a lot of things that have been racking through my mind of how I want this to look and how I want it to be, and so this is the reason why it's taken so long to get to this point. And I wanted this video in particular to be a longer video, and basically the rest of the series of the Utah Belt is going to be roughly in this same shape. You're going to have about 30 minutes of me building an entire scene, because I want to bring you guys through the entire thing. And once again, if you have any suggestions for it, let me know. Tell me down in the comments, because there's a lot of things that you guys have said that I have implemented on different projects, and that I have brought to different projects. And there's gonna be more, and before anybody of my members get too weary, yeah, there's been a lot of places that's been named after you on the Riverton, and I'm gonna do the same here. There's gonna be some places that's gonna be named after you on the Utah Belt. So if you want a place cemented for forever on the Utah Belt, hey, throw us some love. I also want to throw some love to the Utah Belt Facebook group and the people over there, the Historical Society. They invited me, and they've also been following along on this project, and they're also really interested in this project. And so I want to give some love to them because they are also helping me expand the Utah Belt universe, per se, into the WIT universe. So, all hail the Church of WIT. But, speaking of WIT, next month is the 10-year anniversary of WIT. And so, we've got a lot of things planned for that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. And if you want to join the conversation, you know, Discord link in the description is down below, like always. Just remember to follow our rules and stuff, and you'll be all right. You could. And we're trying. We are a good community. We have built one heck of a community. I have to give you that. And so again, thank you to all of you of that. We also just hit 2,500 subscribers. So, thank you all for that. If you haven't, and if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Give us some love, man. Hit that subscribe button. And if you want to help keep our website and stuff going, you know, hit the join. I love how I'm doing all this stuff, and we're not even halfway through the video yet. But what we are getting close to is the ad bump that I have for this. And this is an ad not from YouTube. YouTube might sneak in an ad here too. But there's also going to be an ad that embedded in this video, of which is to one of our compatriots. Compatriots? That's not even the... No. There is an ad in this video that is made for another content creator for Trainz. You'll be seeing that here in just a moment. So, I guess... after I build this BP and some Delaric station, because again, oh yeah, this is supposed to be an abandoned town. By the way, we'll get more into the abandoned town after this. This video is brought to you by RR Mods. RR Mods is one of the premier content creators for Trainz. You can get items such as these, Utah Belt Gevos, in stunning detail and accuracy. Every motor has custom sounds, ARN, and a custom cab, all equating to some of the best quality content available for Trainz. RR Mods is also currently undergoing price changes, where all the prices have been lowered. And if they continue to see this to be a success, then they will keep the prices where they are at. So check them out today, using the link in the description below. And thank you to Adamovic of RR Mods for sponsoring this video. Now, back to the build. Alright, welcome back. As I was saying, this is an abandoned town. Welcome to Summit, Utah. Now, there has been... what I want... again, Soldier Summit. Look up Soldier Summit on Google Maps, and you'll see. It is just a gas station and maybe a house. And so, the rest of it is just kind of like gone. And so that's kind of one of the feels I wanted to give here. Like, there is some older people that is still living here. There's some of the people that just cannot let it go. But then the rest of it is just absolutely abandoned. Trees and stuff are coming back over of what was once a small little, I guess, mining town. But mines dried up, so the town dried up. Remember, towns don't go off. They don't go out with a bang. They go out with a whisper and broken feelings and wind blowing through the boards. That's how towns die. They don't go out with a bang. But either way, it is supposed to be an old mining camp town, and the mine, again, like I said, completely dried up, and so the town dried up. People moved away. People moved where work was. Now the only thing that is left there is a gas station and 2 houses that are occupied, and there's a 3rd house. You might think it's occupied, but I don't know. I don't know if it'd be occupied or not. We're going to go ahead and texture all this up real quick, because I'm always still using the same textures, because the textures really bring it out really well for what I want it to be in the quote-unquote desert-type atmosphere. Sand, dirt, rocks, dust, whatever. And then we're going to go ahead and get this road placed, which I'm thinking this is not the final thing for this crossing, because this crossing's still going to be a little weird whenever everything is sitting still. There's a lot that there's see that TRC traffic stopper there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. It's just too close, and so I'm gonna have to do something different with that. I'll let you guys decide. Should we keep it a crossing, or should I make it a bridge? I wanted to make it a crossing because the road was technically there first, if that makes sense. Because the road went with the original trackage, which is going, I guess if you're looking to where they split, it goes off to the left. The one going off to the right is the new one. So I wanted there to be a crossing there off of the new one, because the road was there first, not the track. Right? Right. If that makes sense. You guys let me know in the comments down below whether or not that should stay a crossing. And if it is, then I'm going to have to refinesse the traffic stoppers on that. Or we can make it a bridge. I don't know. It don't matter. I'd like for it to be a crossing, because, again, in this country, there's barely any crossings. Give everybody something to blow at, anyway. And I don't know. I used these curbs here, but I think they're too green. I might see if there is a way to kind of retexture that to where you could have it to be like a dirt, sandy kind of look, which I'm sure wouldn't be too difficult, quote unquote. But, like, I don't know, because it just doesn't mix well. And then again, my ADHD is throwing us all over the place, it looks like, because now we're going back to the road, and we're doing, looks like, yep, now we're doing guardrails all the way. Alright, now we're doing guardrails. Now what are we doing? Oh, quality Trainz content, beautiful. Some signs, but I think we need some more signs here. I didn't really finish the signs, though. I can go back and put some more signs in. That's no biggie. Oh, now we're going to Bob Ross, or Whit Ross, as people like to call it, as we throw down all the trees and grasses and shrubs. Now, once again, just like the Riverton, if I do this enough, I basically break Trainz to where it lags out so hard. But, and it's not the trees that's lagging it out, it's me spamming all the trees, it lags it out. once I restart the game, it's perfect. It's fine. Like, all the R Mods commercial and the, let me get it out here in a second. The R Mods commercial and the cinematics at the end of this video were all done after I restarted the game. So as you can tell, there's not really that much lag going on in those videos. It's just, well, you won't be able to barely tell here either because of how I've got it sped up. But you've probably seen it on my streams before. Like, it's like it stutters so bad. And of course, I get a little finesse with it. I make it smaller boxes and I bring it closer. Oh, ADHD's taking us a different route. Now we're going back to the line side power poles. I'm telling you guys, I am everywhere whenever I'm building something. When I'm inspired for not just a scene, but for a place, and for a big chunk of a place, I'm everywhere. Have you not? If you've seen my streams and you know this, I cannot stay put in one spot unless someone gives me Dino Nuggies and Dr. Pepper. But it's something wild. And I want to thank everyone real quick. Just get back on a serious note for a moment. Because all I'm doing is just textures and stuff, and I've been rambling this entire thing. I don't see how you guys listen to my videos, because all I do is sit here and ramble to you. But, this right here has honestly been one of my favorite builds to do. And again, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be the route that gets people talking. I know the Riverton is its own thing, and there might be a possibility that I might have to cancel the Riverton. I don't know yet. But this right here, and your guys' love and appreciation for this route has been something tremendous. And I can't thank you all enough for it. I really can't. And I can't thank you all enough for the 2,500 subscribers. Here's to, maybe we can hit 3,000 this year? I don't know. That's really up to you. Invite your friends. Get us out there. If you heard that was, I'm playing with a piece of metal. But, get us out there, guys. Get people talking. Check out what all of our friends are doing on our website as well. To Z, to Schilling for all of his reskins, to Darth Michael for his builds. And Chance is even thinking of coming back. He's even reskinning and redoing a lot of his older stuff from TPS. And it's really thanks to you guys. It's thanks to your guys' love and support for all of that. So again, thank you to all of that. Thank you to everybody. To Scratchy for liking our streams enough to where he lets us do basically beta testing for his routes. And to Adamovic for basically the reason this video is sponsored by RR Mods is because he made those for me. And it's something. It's crazy. I can't put it to words anymore, guys. We are getting awfully close to the end of this video. We got about roughly 4 minutes left. So I'm going to take this time, real quick, like I said before. Go into the description down below. Check out Adamovic's RR Mods and all their stuff that they have going on over there. Again, their prices are lowered, and if people keep buying stuff at those lower prices, he said he's going to keep those prices there. So this is now the time to get RR Mod stuff, guys, and he's also updating a lot of his older content, so be on the lookout for that. There's a lot of stuff going on over there. Check out them in the link down in the description below. Also down in the links down below is the WIT Discord. Join the conversation. Join our ever-growing family in the WIT Discord. Make sure you read over the rules and stuff, and then if you agree with the rules, and that's how you get your roles and stuff. And if you are a member of the first class or a booster of the Discord server, then that gives you access to the VIP room, of which gives you the beta test of the Lincolnshire from Andrew, S1697 or Rule 281C. So please, do all of that. And if you haven't already done so, please leave us a like. If this video gets up to 50 likes, you know, it's just really showing us that you guys care and you guys want to see more. So that's what I'm going to set the bar to, and it's up to you guys, which I know you guys can do it. I know you guys will do it because you guys are awesome. Every single one of you are. I know we got haters out there, but to hell with them. We're having fun, and that's all that matters, eh? But guys, I think it's about time for me to skit, scat, and skedoodle. That makes sense, eh? Make sure to subscribe with the bell, all that fun stuff. That way you can see whenever we go live and have videos such as this. I plan on doing a little bit more live streams, but I'm getting ready to go on vacation, so you get what you get until then. I need a break. I need some oceanside times, you know what I mean? But, again, thank you all so much for the love. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that fun stuff. And, of course, until we see each other next time, my friends, from the Utah Belt, we'll see you on down the line. Bye-bye!